Hello, day 31, the 100-day meditation challenge. It was a really nice meditation I just had. What was coming up in my mind was really interesting. So as I was listening to my mind, the things that my mind was thinking about, it actually came up with some really interesting stuff, some like revelations about patterns and stuff. So I just kind of let my mind wander, but watching it. And so yeah, that was really interesting. Yesterday I got really dehydrated. It's so hot here at the moment, and I didn't drink enough water, and I started feeling really bad, and I didn't know why I felt really bad. I felt just sick and nauseous, and I felt like I was getting really sick. And it was only after I'd got even worse that I realised it was dehydration, and as soon as I drank a lot of water I felt really good again. So I've got to be really careful about that. My body wasn't telling me about the water, that I needed more water, and so I need to be more tuned into that. Listen to my body, because it must have been trying to tell me. It must have been, but I wasn't listening. So that's a lesson for me, to listen to my body, like actively listen to my body. That's what I do in the meditations as well. So I'll probably sit there for about, I don't know, it feels like 15 or 20 minutes, and then my mind will have quietened down a little bit by then, and then I tune into my body and ask my body, how are you doing, body? And feel it and listen to its messages. And so yeah, it's important to do that. I have to remind myself to do that more. Another thing that I've been doing occasionally, like as I say each day, it's like my meditations are different every day. But occasionally what I've been doing is picking a card. So I'll pick one of the guidance cards that I've got to meditate on. And so there's a message in that, and then I'll go back to my meditation and with that kind of focus. And so today's was about receiving love in the form of abundance. So as the guidance that I've got in previous meditations, it's receiving everything is abundance. So I'm not picking and choosing what it is that you want, but letting it all in. And so I was opening up to that, to receiving more, to allowing myself to receive more, to judging less, receiving more. Because I'm really noticing that that's the difference now between receiving. It's like the opposite of receiving is judging. You judge something, then you won't receive it. But if you don't judge, then you'll receive it all. You'll accept and allow. And so it's nice to have that focus in the meditation. And some ideas popped up. And again, when the ideas pop up, I act on them straight away. I actually break out of my meditation and do it right away. And I've noticed those things that have come up, that inspiration that's come up, that idea, when I do it right away in the meditation, it's always been fruitful. Let's put it that way. Those ideas that I come up with in meditation, and I act on them straight away in that moment when they come up, so the timing is right, because that's when the universe is saying to act. It's worked, it's like great things have come from them. So it makes me realize how I used to work back when I wasn't traveling and I had an office. I used to sit there in meditation. So like the start of my day wasn't going on email or starting doing the readings that had come in or any of that. It was sitting there in meditation and kind of having a conversation with the universe about what we're going to do today, what to focus on, what we're going to create together, and what to do. And then those ideas would come through in that meditation, and that's what I'd act on. And then it would only be once I got into the flow of that and had done something, then I'd check the emails, start doing the readings and stuff like that. So it was a very different way of working than I have been when I've been traveling. When I've been traveling, I kind of, without an office, just, you know, wherever I am, haven't got into that same pattern. And so it reminds me to do that, is to get into meditation more in the day and see what wants to come through me, see what the universe and I can co-create together, see, because putting things into practice, or taking action when it's just some idea that's just formed in your mind, it's very different than taking action in the moment when you're meditating and an idea has come through. So that's come from your higher self, it's come from the universe, and the timing is perfect to do it right then, and things come from it. And so moving, I guess what I'm saying is I'm going to move more away from the logical part of myself that thinks that I know how best to run my business or how best to live my life, and be open to new ideas, to working with the universe, be open to not knowing, and having those ideas come through me, and then being available and willing to take action on them. It's certainly simpler, and the action that I've taken is just so tiny. Like, really, it's like sending someone a message, or it's just so tiny, the stuff that I've had to do, and that's compared to like making a marketing plan, or, you know, the stuff that you do in that logical way when you say trying to learn off others how best to run a business like this, or when you're when you're putting plans into place and deciding that you know better than the universe how to do something, and what's going to bring in business, or what's going to work in your job or whatever like that. It's working with the universe, so much better, and I'm excited to get back to that, because it really requires so little effort. It's fantastic, and so much comes from it, like so much comes from it. So day 31.